Bruh, are you seeing this right now? Look at that contrast, the color depth, and the definition on this 100-inch screen coming out of this new projector. This is disruptive. The big brand projector companies, you know, the companies that make the $5,000 plus projectors, there's a lot of like cinema projectors out there that start at literally $5,000 and they go up into the double digits. And those people are like freaking out right now because this exists. This is the Valerion VisionMaster Pro 2. Absolutely wow. Matter of fact, just as a pure disclaimer, when I first saw the images out of this thing, I had a woo moment. Now, I don't know if that was a Ric Flair woo or a Pine Sol cleaning lady woo. You know, remember when they would sniff the Pine Sol and they'd be like, woo? Either way, it was a whoa, because I was like, dang, look how great this looks. I've had some really, really good ones. I'm not gonna say any names because I will talk about them later in a different video, but dude, I've had some really good projectors in here, whether it be lifestyle projectors or ultra short throw projectors, whatever you want to say. But this is, dude, this is top tier. Wait, I ain't even reintroduced myself to you. How rude is that? Look, for you new guys and girls who just showed up for the party, welcome. Welcome to New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine Big Picture Richardson, because today we are talking about how Valerion is disrupting, just being purely disruptive and disrespectful to the projector market by releasing this. This is nuts, man. Look, they've got 4 different models of this thing. I'm looking at right now on my list here. They've got a VisionMaster Plus, a Plus 2, a Pro 2, which is what we're actually going to be talking about today, and the Max. I feel like the Pro 2 is a sweet spot of getting the best Valerion has to offer, but without having to step up to the Max. The Max is going to include everything the Pro 2 has, but you'll also get the addition of a dynamic iris and a vertical lens shift. Now, speaking of this vertical lens shift, while the Pro 2 does not have vertical lens shift, it does have optical. Yes, I said optical zoom, and that is a game changer in the lifestyle projector space. I've never seen a lifestyle projector that has optical zoom. And for those of y'all who aren't really familiar with the projector world, because you know, my channel is more geared for just the regular person, man. You know, not the, just kind of an enthusiast, but you don't go too heavy into stuff. But if you've ever experimented around with a ultra short throw or a lifestyle projector, typically you're gonna go into the $3,000 and below range, okay? Maybe about 1,800, 2K, right? Those projectors will probably never have an optical zoom. Digital zoom is where you have this big image, right? You got the big light box around, like, you know, that's where your image can go. But a lot of times you're either too far back or too close. In my cases, most of the time I'm too far back because I have my mount in a fixed position and I have a big light box around my projector screens. And in this case, there would be a big light box around this 100-inch screen right here because my projector is a little further back than it really needs to be. Because this projector, even though it's a standard throw, it actually has a very, very short throw distance ratio. But in most cases, the light box would disturb me because there's literally a bright box of light around your actual image that you've cropped into to make it fit within the borders of your actual projector screen. In this case, optical zoom not just digitally crops into your screen size, it'll actually physically, optically zoom in and shrink that image optically, meaning that you don't have to compromise any video quality, okay? All the way up to a certain point. Like I said, I'm at the very edge of it where I've got mine optically zoomed into this 100-inch screen. But if you need to go a little bit further, you can go a little bit further and then it turns into what would be a digital zoom. And that's where you'll start to have that light box. I know I've kind of camped out here and talked about this stuff for a bit, but I'm really impressed by it because it made the ease of setup that much easier. Setting this thing up is absolutely easy. Of course, like any other lifestyle projector, it has auto keystone, auto focus, and basically auto alignment. But this thing gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to setting up. Not only do you have that optical zoom so you can get that picture perfect framing, but of course, when you actually use the AI that's involved in here, it'll actually line that stuff up for you. Absolutely perfect. Mine, it was literally on the first try, it lined it up perfectly. But I wanted to do, it's me. I had to do it manually. So I wanted to do the optical focus or optical zoom, and then I let it do the autofocus. But it is incredibly easy to set up. It's pretty much a set it and forget it projector. You don't have to be dead on with the screen. You can be off sides a little bit or too far back, too close. It will correct the image for you, and it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous either way. But now I want to move on and talk about the build quality of this thing. With lifestyle projectors, you know, sometimes they cut cost, okay? Recently, I talked about an ultra short throw projector, which was built with opulence, okay? That thing is absolutely stunning. It has this retro look and everything, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it so much, it actually kind of felt like my car. You know, I kind of compared it to the inside of my car with just the way it looked and felt, right? And some of the touches that they put on it. This projector right here, the Valerion VisionMaster Pro 2, it's absolutely built with the same quality in mind, which is outstanding because it's a lifestyle projector. They did not need to put that much attention to detail and care into the actual projector, because let's think about it. With a projector, it's just a box. You just set it down somewhere, and then the important thing is the light that's coming out of it and how that light is displayed. But they went ahead and put the extra attention to detail into the body. The thing is stinking heavy, okay? It's heavy. I don't know how much it weighs. I want to guess at like 15 to 17 pounds. The thing has actually got some weight to it, but it is beautifully crafted. It looks like there's these louvers, okay, that kind of double as an aesthetic along with the fan vents. Speaking of fan vents, the fan noise, you will hear it just a little bit, and sometimes it will ramp up depending on what you're doing, like the type of content you're watching or whatever, but those louvers are actually double as fan ventilation too. But also with the remote is built with quality, and I'm talking aluminum with lights. The remote, dude, I haven't seen a remote like it. A lot of times lifestyle projectors kind of use the same remote, like an OEM style remote from another brand or something like that. This thing looks like it was built from the ground up. Between the projector itself and the remote, you are touching, feeling, and experiencing high quality and opulence. Now, I know a lot of you cats like to do some gaming on your big old projector screens. Now, for me personally, 100 inches is about where I need to stop before I start getting motion sickness. But of course, you can go up to 300 inches if you want to. But since you can game on this thing, let me tell you about some gaming specs. So first of all, if you're the competition gamer and you want to game at low latency, you can do that at 4 milliseconds at 1080p at 240 hertz. Then you can, if you want to game at 120 hertz, you're going to have to deal with this 8 milliseconds. And then if you want to game at 4K 60, you got to deal with 15 milliseconds of delay. Dude, that's literally nothing. I said you got to deal with it, but no, it's not dealing with it. That is actually really, really great latency time. And speaking of gaming, you do have some HDMI ports here, okay? You got 3 on the back, which is actually very impressive for a lifestyle projector because, dude, it's a lifestyle projector. Most people take their lifestyle projectors and just hook it up to like a PlayStation or something like that, or some kind of gaming device like an Xbox or what is it, the Wii U or something. They give you 3, which makes it ideal for a true home theater setup. They're calling this a lifestyle projector, but I have this thing like in my theater, in my room as my dedicated projector now. I know, I've said before that I'm using something else. I ain't using it no more, bro. And that's where I get kind of, it's like, dude, I hate this part because technology is moving so fast. Just when you think you got the best out there or you think you got something fantastic, you wait 2 weeks and then next Sunday something better is gonna come out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I got something better, and this is up, it's mounted in my house. For me to go through the trouble of climbing up in my attic and mounting this in my ceiling means I like it a lot, and I'm going to use it as a permanent fixture in my house. It just is what it is. But let's go back to the 3 HDMI ports. And this is why it would be great for your dedicated home theater. 3 HDMI ports, meaning you can hook up 3 things at the same time, but it also supports eARC. You've got optical connection, you've got a 3.5 millimeter in case you need to plug in some kind of speaker or headphones or something like that. You've got 2 USB ports, and just to make sure you're getting optimal internet performance, you got 1 LAN input. Speaking of internet stuff, man, Google TV. All right, Google TV is built in and native. That means you get Netflix. Now that's a big deal because a lot of times, you know, projectors do not come with Netflix installed, but Google TV it's all wrapped up into a package. already built into the actual projector. And this is kind of clutch, man, because you don't need to do anything else. Just plug in the projector, set it up, and like I told you, it's super easy, and you're already set to go. All you gotta do is log into Google TV. And that brings me to the interface. If you already have experience with a Google TV, you're gonna be right at home with this projector. The settings are very, very similar. All you gotta do is go into the settings bar, or you can go into the quick menu settings, and everything's gonna make you feel right at home. And they give you all the setting options you need to make this your projector for your home theater. And that takes me to the picture quality. I'm gonna go ahead and refer to my notes because I can't remember none of this stuff. All I know is how to use it, and man, it looks good when it's actually coming into fruition. So we're talking ISF certified for color accuracy, 110% of the Rec 2020 color gamut, 3000 ISO lumens, man. AI super resolution, which is amazing, okay? It literally makes everything look sharper without being over sharpened, because y'all know how I feel about that stuff, but it makes everything look so crisp and smooth. And the last thing I wanted to mention as far as the techie stuff goes is a 15,000:1 contrast ratio using EBL. Now, EBL is a proprietary thing that Valerion is doing with this projector, and that basically stands for enhanced black levels. Dude, all it does is, in reality, is enrich the blacks that you're getting out of your projector to give you better contrast. And it's just, dude, everything just flows so stinking nice. I've been saving up for a big, you know, like the big projector, right? It costs like $5,000, right? There's a lot of companies that make these, and these are outstanding projectors that are supposed to be cinema projectors. But what Valerion has done with their lineup, especially with the VisionMaster Pro 2, and also the VisionMaster Pro Max, what they have done, bringing in that optical zoom and this 3000 lumens and some of the other qualities that these projectors have, it is really disrupting what the average person can do with their home theater setups for like half the price. This is crazy, and I'm sure those companies are kind of shaking in their boots because this is extremely disruptive in the home theater space. But I want to thank Valerion for sending this test sample over with. This is an engineering sample. This thing ain't even like, it's gonna get some updates, and it's already this good. They sent over an engineering sample, and it's got engineering sample stickers on it. Engineering sample, and it is already this good. So that means it's gonna get an update. Oh man, and it's gonna be better. It's gonna be better than this? This is nuts. I'm super excited. Look, I gotta go adjust the settings on my TV, but before I do that, I might mess around and watch another Batman movie or something, but either way, I ain't got time to be hanging out with y'all all day. So y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.